Today we're going to attempt one of my favorite build challenges of all time. The each room is a different aesthetic build challenge, except this time we're going to be trying it in Paralives. So all of the rooms you see here are going to be styled in a different aesthetic, and it's going to be completely random because we're going to be using this wheel to decide which aesthetic we do. I love this build challenge because it's a great way to test how versatile your items in a build mode can be, and having already tested out the Paralives build mode and seeing how great it is so far, now we're going to bring this challenge to Paralives. By the way, thank you again to Paralives for sending me an early access code so I can check it out. And since the game is in early access, we may encounter some bugs or issues which should be improved with time. So first of all, this is the house that I built for this challenge. I wanted to build it off camera so we could just focus on the interior today, but I kind of want to apologize because I didn't expect it to turn out so cute. I was kind of just practicing and I got carried away and I accidentally built a really adorable house. So sorry for slaying without you guys. But I think the first thing we're gonna do in here is make the living room, which is gonna be over here to the left. So let's spin and see what aesthetic we're gonna do first, and we're doing psychedelic. Great. Psychedelic to start is going to be wild, but let's do it. So this is what I mean when I say we're gonna be doing a psychedelic room. We're gonna see lots of color, lots of patterns, neon. Hopefully we can get some neon in there. So I think the first thing we need to do is find a suitable wallpaper. Oh, I found it. Easy, right off the bat, this is a given. Maybe we should do something fun for this ceiling too. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna already add some curtains on here and we can adjust the length to the floor. Then I'm just gonna copy that and put it on this side, but then I'm going to flip the item so the curtain will be on the other side. I'm thinking we draw a wall right here so I can put my TV on it, but I'm gonna go in with more of a plain wallpaper for this wall. And also I'm going to add some columns here just to clean up the look a little bit more, and I can just adjust the height like that. Let's find a TV. I'm going to use this wall-mounted one, and I can make this bigger or smaller if I want to. And luckily, Paralives does have a ton of weird items that are going to come in perfect for this aesthetic. Like this Rubik's Cube table, for example. We've got a duck table, which is perfect. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before I go further? In the last build video I did, I have the environment texture quality to medium. I'm going to go ahead and set this to high, and that way hopefully the graphics are going to look a little better. Also, really quick side note, in my last build video, I also had a lot of people asking me about cheats in Paralives. Here they are. I have a whole list of them and there are a ton. Most notable, I think people were asking about were money cheats. So here's the list. Feel free to screenshot those. And like I said, there's tons. We've got like needs cheats, build mode cheats are down here. You can toggle to edit the town, debug and miscellaneous. There's a bunch. But that is how I have so much money here. You could also open up your storyteller settings and change it in here. That would change your starting funds. But if you already had a random household like I did for this home, then you'd have to cheat your money upgrade. Anyway, we're definitely using both of these weird tables. I just found this here for a coffee table though. I want to shrink it a little bit, and maybe I'll put that over to this side along with these egg chairs. So this can just be like a seating area. This plant here kind of has a funky pattern. I'm gonna put that there. We can do a big chunky lamp in this corner. And I want the same curtains I had on this side too. I think in between the windows is a great spot for a weird mirror. I'm gonna click on it and change the swatch. I think I want it to match the wallpaper a little more behind. So I open up the swatch menu and I'm gonna try and pick something different. I could also give it a fun texture if I wanted. Like we could make it polka dots. I could make it with a grid pattern. Ooh, the checkers is cool. I'm gonna keep all these in mind for my couch. For clutter, I've got these random dice we can add. Ooh, I do have a disco ball. Salt lamp. I'm gonna put this on my table for now so I don't forget about it. I think we're for sure gonna want a speaker of some kind, so I'm gonna make a little table right beside my chair. On here, we could add a record player, and I'm definitely changing the swatch of this too. Maybe the record player can be blue. Okay, that side is looking pretty cute for right now. The pattern on the wallpaper is crazy. Is this an opportunity for the tiger couch? Maybe if we did like the white tiger couch. Then we need a console table. We need some clutter going on here. I just found this moon lamp. There's this mushroom decor. Oh yeah, for sure we need that. There's a little star lamp. And I think we need some more plants. We can add the skull plant. Why not? But I want him to be pink. I also really like the animation when you place objects. There's like a little sparkly thing that pops up. Very cute. We can add a skill item right here. This wall is perfect for a bookshelf. This is kind of a cool bookshelf. It has doors that open up. Or there's this one. This one's kind of crazy. I'm gonna make it bigger so it matches my wall. I still haven't really found the best spot for my cube table, I think it might look a little better if I change the swatch. I really just want to go in and fine tune the orange, so it's going to be yellow, and then the pink, so it matches the pink on the wall a little bit better. Oh, I can change the line color too. That is so cool. Maybe I want it to be a little bit less harsh of a black. Now I think I'm just going to fill in the rest of the area with some plants, maybe some hanging plants. I'll make this one a little bigger. I like that they have a few different hanging plant options. And I also haven't added a fun rug in here yet. So like we have the egg chairs. Should I go in with an egg rug? And then finally, I think the last thing I'm going to add is some art. One thing I don't know if I do love is that some of the pictures are in English, which Para do have their own language. So I don't really like when things like that happen in games like this, but I will say it does look pretty cute in that corner. But this is what I did for a psychedelic living room. As a suggestion, I hope eventually you can change like the lighting colors, because that is something I really do like to do in decorating games. Unless you can and I just haven't found it, which is very possible. But this is how it looks the other way. I think this is adorable. All of the patterns are kind of wild, but like it's psychedelic. That's what we were going for. This is it in the above view. And all right, I think we're ready to move on to the next one. I am quickly just finishing off this little hallway here at the front. I saw these animal pictures and they're so adorable. I had to add them. Who doesn't want to walk in the house and see 3 pictures of cute pets? So, okay, there we go. That's gonna be our hallway. Moving in here, this is going to be the kitchen. So let's go ahead and spin to see what we're gonna do for the kitchen. And we are doing a chic kitchen. Chic is a hard one because I feel like everyone's interpretation of chic is different, especially these days. People use the word chic all the time for everything. When I think of chic, I think of someone with like a modern aesthetic, but they have little tweaks of their own style thrown in there. And that combination just makes it very personalized and like effortlessly cool. So let's translate that into a kitchen, shall we? Like I said earlier, ultimately I do want this to be cohesive. So I'm thinking we could try a pale yellow for the wallpaper, and then maybe we do some fun flooring in here, or maybe some tile. Let's try and find all of our basics and then decide. This is a really big kitchen, so I can bring my counters all the way over to like here, and we'll grab our fridge. Thank goodness we didn't get psychedelic for the kitchen, because we would have been using the clown fridge. I wonder if I can make my fridges bigger. No, okay. I'll put my oven over here on this side. I'll add my sink. I added this funky light, and I do want to add an island. I haven't tried doing that yet, so I'm wondering if this is the island or if we've got any at all yet. This looks like it could be. I'm kind of curious to see if the bar stools will attach on. Oh, the bar stools in general are just decorative at the moment in early access, but I'm assuming eventually they would probably clip onto this like a regular dining table. I'm gonna add one here anyway. I'll add it like this. I think I'll use these as my bar stools, so I'm just gonna put them where they would normally go for an island. I'll add a trash can here in this corner. I'm gonna add an espresso machine, a toaster. I think the wallpaper has to be something a little more fun, so I'm using this half wall wallpaper. We're gonna add in some kitchen clutter, and I do think having the high quality settings on looks a lot better than the last time. I'll compare the two on screen. I feel like you can tell, especially when I add things like clutter. Like I had this mug last time, for example, so I'll compare those two with the medium versus the high quality. I'm cluttering every single kitchen counter I can just because it's so easy. I'm going to link my first video that I did building in Paralives in the description below, because it's a lot more detailed and it'll more so explain the basics that I'm showing you in this video. This video we're just hanging out and decorating. Ooh, I can have this plant hanging off of my fridge. Oh, this is so cute. I didn't notice this before. They're little vines with like Polaroids hanging off. I found the fairy lights as well. I haven't seen those yet either. I love the curtain feature. I never realized how like helpful this would be, but it is really nice being able to just pull it across and make your own width and stuff for curtains. I'm gonna add a couple pictures on the wall, just adding that little personalized touch to the room. Ooh, I did just find a hutch too. Okay, the swatches on here are cute. We can fill this up with clutter as well. And like the object resizing too. Oh my god, they have elf on a shelf. I like this picture I just found too. It's like a coffee guide. I also just found an apron. This is what I was looking for. I'm trying to use some of the colors from the other room, like the yellow, the pink. I can add some extra mugs on the hutch. And there's even a tray here, so I could add things in there, like maybe a fruit bowl or a teapot. I could set the whole table. I've got like cutlery here. But all right, this is my chic kitchen. I've gone into the photo mode so I can show you, because then you can hide the UI and it's a lot easier to see. The photo mode is also also really cool because you can get right in there, but you can also move things around while you're in the photo mode. If something is out of place, then you don't have to go back into the build mode to do it. You can kind of just like do it here. And it's really easy to get right in there and get all of those angles. But very cute. So far, so good. I do want to build the dining room next, and that's going to be right in the center room here. So spinning the wheel again, and this time we are going to do a nautical themed dining room. I haven't really seen much nautical stuff, honestly, but let's try it. This is what comes up when I search up nautical dining room. Lots of blue, ocean decor, boats, lots of stripes and like shiplap. Let's see what we can do. This might not be too bad because I do have a lot of blue going on in my house right now, and we do have some cute options with like the paneling at the bottom. I'm trying to get it to exactly match the wallpaper I have in my hallway for like the top part. So what I'm gonna do is click this with the eyedropper. I'm gonna open up the color wheel and I can see we have a hex code right there. So I'm gonna copy that and I'm adding that onto the color wheel on this side. So hopefully, yeah, now we're gonna have the exact same match. That color wheel is so helpful. All right, I'm adding my dining table. I'm going with something a little more worn looking, a little rustic. And for my chairs, I want a fabric like this. That's perfect because now I can go in and change up the color and we can do some stripes, maybe some yellow stripes for this. We're going so bold with my colors, and maybe I wouldn't have done that originally if we didn't start off with this as our living room. But let me see if I can find any nautical decor. Oh, we have a barrel. I can maybe put a tea set on there or something. There's also a globe. I really want to use this as clutter, but it's too big right now. So what I'm going to do is put it in the corner. I'm going to grab hold and shrink it. Then I'm going to kind of place it underneath my table, and I'm going to open up the menu to open up the toggle advanced transform tool. Then I'm going to raise it up like this. I mentioned in my more detailed build video that this is kind of like the Sims 4 tool mod in the sense that you can rotate objects around however you want. It's like something that's built into the game. But since I want it to be a centerpiece here and it originally wasn't a clutter piece, now I've transformed it into one. I feel like that is the coolest feature ever. I'm so excited about that. Ooh, we can set the table. I'm not sure if these are meant to be placemats, but I think I can make it work. Everyone is gonna get one of these little lace placemats, and we can place the fork. We've got a knife here. I probably put this on the wrong side. I've been out of the service industry for a while. Forks go on the left, knives go on the right. Fine. I just had flashbacks to like the worst restaurant I worked in ever, giving me trouble for putting them on the wrong side. I'm not about to have my comment section do the same to me. This is also a pretty big knife to be at the table. We're eating steak. Now my table is set. I'm gonna add some wine on the barrel back here. I think we can add some more tropical looking plants. This light here is giving nautical a little bit. And do we have any nautical or fish related pictures? Oh, we have the ducks. Do they count? Because they're so cute. Yeah, they count. I just decided. Who is gonna say no to that duck? He's wearing a scarf. I feel like this could be a good spot for a mirror, and the circle ones sort of remember like a ship window. So I'm gonna add a few. Maybe we like put them together like this. Ooh, this is also giving nautical. Okay, there's my super cute nautical inspired dining room. I love it. I love the colors in here. I'm also really enjoying the cartoony style. And like a lot of you, I didn't really know how I would feel about it, but like it looks so cute. I do think I'm gonna add a rug in here before I leave, and I'm just gonna have it perfectly fit my dining table. Okay, lovely. All we have left on this floor is the bathroom. So let's go ahead and spin for the bathroom aesthetic, and we are going to be doing a sporty bathroom. I think this is gonna be questionable. I'm gonna use a patterned wallpaper in here, and let's do the essentials first and then we'll decorate. Like, what do you mean sporty bathroom? Okay, we're gonna have a bathtub, and then I'm gonna have a toilet on this side, and I'll have my sink right here. I added a mirror. I need to find some kind of like sporty decor. I don't know how likely that's gonna be though. Okay, well, this could be a gym bag. I feel like a sporty bathroom should have a shower. This is kind of cool because the door is there and then you just connect it to the wall, and then Para could open up the door that way. I'm gonna use the room divider tool so I can change the wallpaper there. That way the shower can have proper like tile in it. I'm gonna add some blinds, and now I'm gonna search for some sporty decor. Oh, there's a gym guy. It says no pain, no gain. Okay, we're gonna have a massive picture of him. We're just super inspired by this guy whenever we take a shower. I put another one on this side and I'm gonna change it. I found this one that says run, squat, lift, burn, never give up. I actually feel bad mad because I was supposed to go for a run today and I bailed to film this video. I'll run, squat, lift, burn, and never give up tomorrow. I also just noticed this picture of a ship and there's a lighthouse. So I'm just coming back and adding a couple pictures here that match. We can just fill up this corner with the nautical pictures. Okay, what else? There are some skateboards in here. I don't think you can change the swatches of these right now though. I'm gonna add a little newspaper by the toilet. I'll add a hamper here. I'm also gonna add some shoes. Maybe I just like kicked off my shoes before going in there, like some running shoes. I can add some clutter on these little shelves down here, maybe some extra toilet paper. Oh my gosh, there's an exercise ball. Under clutter, there's like random stuff in here, like a yoga mat too. Maybe I'll put that there. I don't know why it's in their bathroom. Maybe it was an emergency. They ran in here with all their gym stuff. But there we go. We've got a sporty bathroom. That's the last room we have to go for this floor. I'm coming up to do the second and I noticed my railings are glitching a little bit with my wall, but they do have a railing option for the stairs, so I can delete them on either side if I want to. I'm gonna delete them on both, and then with this wall, I'm gonna increase the thickness a little bit so that the stairs aren't coming through. Okay, perfect. I'm just adding some columns here for a little separation. I love that you can add those pretty much wherever you want. And now we have no more stair glitching. Let's do some bedrooms next. I have this massive bedroom. I don't know what I'm gonna do in there. So let's spin and find out. For the bedroom, we're going to be doing minimalist for all of that space. This has got to be a roommate situation because there's no way a minimalist has that living room downstairs all for themselves. We're gonna see lots of neutrals, very simple decor. I guess I'll do like a beige. And let me go ahead and find a bed. Oh cute, I just found these little ottomans. This is not what I'm looking for. Maybe I could use this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put a couple ottomans over here. They're not functional just yet, but they do look super cozy. I'm gonna make this one a little bigger. Minimalist is like the hardest aesthetic for me ever. I am not a minimalist. I would probably do a little better with a little more minimal in me, but you know, it's just not there. So I guess I'll use this bed. And with the beds in Paralives, you just have to pull them across and then you have your double bed. I think I want to change the frame so it's like a different color, and the boards, I like that I could change them if I wanted, but I think I'm gonna keep them the same. I guess I'll keep the rug underneath nice and simple, and I'll just make it match my bed size. I'm gonna add some simple end tables, but I think I want to make them slightly bigger. I'll add some simple lamps. I can have my dresser right here, and I'll use the same curtains that I used downstairs, but we're gonna change it up so it's gonna be a different swatch. See, I like this blind color a lot. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna apply it over here to my curtains, so now they match. There are some shorter dressers which are cute too. I'm gonna add a mirror above this one. It's a little big though. Let me shrink it. A plant. See, I can't clutter too much. I need to be careful. I'm adding just a few plants, and I think a bookshelf in here would work, but I'll have that one so I can close it. That way this could be a small reading space. I feel like I'm adding too much. I was gonna add a desk, but maybe instead I'll just add an easel, and like if anything, maybe a big picture above the bed. What one can I stretch out? Maybe something with not much going on. Maybe I'll just do the dot dot dot, and I'll change some swatches to black so it matches a little more, but the dot 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 is kind of like, you've got minimal to say. Like I just changed the ceiling rods to black. Maybe this plant pot, change that to black, and the color in the rug, I'm also going to change the stripes to black too. It is so much easier to make things to match just by changing small details. That makes it feel so realistic. Okay, this is about as minimalist as I'm willing to go. A couple plants here and there. I just added like the dressers. There's a seating area and bookshelves over there. I need to figure out who is in the other bedroom. I get the vibe that they're like opposite sisters or something. Watch us get Maximalist for the next one. We're actually gonna get Cottagecore, which I'm gonna do for this bathroom instead because I do like the idea of a Maximalist bedroom. I feel like that makes sense. For Cottagecore, we could use this wallpaper. This is also super Cottagecore. We can add this old looking toilet with another older looking sink. I like this mirror. I'm gonna shrink this one and put it above the sink. I'll use this older toilet roll holder. And then on this side, I am gonna put a bathtub. There are some old floral curtains. I haven't even looked at these yet. Those are really pretty. I don't think I can do the floral on floral, but definitely giving Cottagecore. I'm gonna use these ones instead, and I don't want them to go in my bathtub, so I'll just shrink them. On the bathtub edges, I could add some candles, make it nice and cozy in there. I'll add a bath mat. I just added a picture right here on the wall, just of like a simple flower. And this is our Cottagecore bathroom. This is what I did over to this side. I just added the hanging herbs that come in like the kitchen clutter. And now we're gonna do a Maximalist bedroom. I feel like we need a fun wallpaper in here for this one. So I'll try that. I need to add a bed. I don't don't have a whole lot of room in here for a maximalist, so I don't know how we're gonna do this. Maybe we can do the patterned rug. I'm gonna give them some fun round end tables, some fun shaped lamps, and I think we're gonna have to do this with some shelving. Like there's this interesting one. I want to add clutter all over this. There's a piggy bank. We can add that. There's also a bunch of book clutter, so it's easy to like make your own bookshelves, and you can shrink that too. I gotta move my piggy bank. Ooh, roller skates. You can hang them too. I'm gonna hang them on the wall down there. Maybe we have 2 different pairs. I was actually looking for roller skates recently. What color should they be? Maybe like purple or blue. We can add shoes on the floor. Maybe like a clothing rack here in the corner. Backpack clutter, like everything. They've got everything in here. Oh, there's a jump rope you can hang. That's kind of cool. So there's a bunch of clutter going on that side. I still need a dresser, some plants, and I'm gonna add this mirror again up here in this room. I think I can squeeze an ottoman right here, and then I can add some pillows on there. And there we go. We've got our room for a maximalist. Lots of pattern, lots of color in here. There's stuff everywhere, all over the shelves, on the floor. I just tied the rest together with a quick little room here with a computer. There's a seating area, and that's what we did for the second floor. This is such a fun challenge. I feel honestly pretty confident that I could have done any of those styles. I can't believe how versatile the build mode is. I'm having so much fun with it. The next build challenge I want to try is the each room is a different color challenge. Because of the color wheel, we could pick like a color palette or something, and that would be really fun. So let me know which build challenge you want to see next in Paralives. But that's all I got for you guys. Definitely check out some of the other Paralives videos I've made. I've been putting them up all week. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.